Hi there, my name is Glen Egan. I'm the president of Sanzaru Games, and we're talking about RipCoil at E3.
So what were your goals heading into this virtual reality experience?
Well, I think this is one of those times where as a studio you play around with some mechanics and you find something that's just really fun, and it just kind of snowballs from there. So we were just looking for a really arcade-inspired one versus one experience, and then we just kind of came up with this idea based around, I would describe air hockey in the future with hoverboards, and it all just kind of blossomed from there. And it's just, something that's really easy to just jump in and play, to the point that, you could play it for 5 minutes, but you could get real hardcore and just play it for hours.
So talk a little about the world that people are exploring in this game.
It's not so much of a world, it's an arena. It's a futuristic arena, sports arena. You've got a giant crowd all around you screaming. And you're floating on a hoverboard, and your objective is to defend your goal that's behind you. You've got a disc, and you need to throw that disc at your opponent to try and get it past him. And you've got multiple ways to sort of interact with it. You can grab it, throw it, you can bounce it off some of the deflectors on the side of the arena, or you can actually charge up and punch it. So there's all kinds of ways that people kind of interact with the disc as it's flying to beat the other opponent.
First thing people think of when you hear disc is Tron. Did you have any elements? Although this sounds like there's a little bit of a hockey involved too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disc, so it's Tron-like. But yeah, in terms of the gameplay, I describe it kind of spawns more from air hockey almost.
Now, we've also seen a rise of eSports out there with video games. It sounds like, in a way, this might be an eSport potential.
Yeah, I mean, it's got great opportunity for that, and that's the cool thing about virtual reality. We can place people in the audience as spectators. So people can come in as clients to watch a game that's running on a server between two people, and then they can jump into the game, and we can get a whole sort of fluidity to it there. But, everybody in the crowd could actually be, a real person watching you play. And plus we got voice over IP, so, people talk to each other, trash talk, and you get to hear all that, and you're actually in the arena with the players.
And have you gotten that sense? Because one of the key things with esports is just people liking to watch. Have you gotten that as you guys develop, people liking to watch people play?
Yeah, well, I mean, a great game is always a great game to watch too, because you get into it, you get excited. Somebody's got a 10 run rally going, and then it's the one guy that misses it, and everybody's like, oh. But the funny thing is, when we set it up, it's set up in one room at one end of the office, and then the other people are watching spectator mode, and then you'll hear their reaction to your missing the shot or getting the shot coming from the other end of the office. So yeah, it's cool.
And will you guys have different arenas and things that people can explore over time?
Yeah, we're blossoming, like I was saying, it's snowballing, so we're building new arenas. The arenas have different interaction points. The strategies become a little bit different as you encounter new arenas and unlock things. So yeah, there's layers to it, but the core gameplay, is I really look to it as inspiring a new set of hand-eye coordination in virtual reality. So this is a whole new set of learning and experiencing, understanding your muscle memory, how you did that last time, how you're moving your body, all those kinds of things, and new things for people to aggregate.
And when it comes to Oculus Touch, creatively, how has it been having those kinds of controllers?
The Oculus Touch just, it just opens up a whole new world of gameplay. So, I mean, we worked on VR sports as well, just all the ways that you can actually reach out and grab, touch, catch, throw, all these kinds of things that they tend to be abstracted in other games. They're not really a function of your body's movement. And the interesting thing is, the touch, it moves through space, and that's critical. It's not like an accelerometer where you're just like, okay, I just got to jiggle it. It's like, no, you need to actually make this motion, and we're looking for that. So for instance, in hockey, we got people punching in a fight. You can't just kind of go, you have to swing. You have to put force and velocity into it, because that's what's going to be successful. So it's all kinds of great fun.
Yeah, and VR sports is another really fun game to play.
Oh yeah, it's total hoot. We got football, basketball, baseball, hockey. We're showing hockey here. We just showing a whole cycle of gameplay where you want to. We judge you based on your performance, not necessarily the score of the game. So how well you save, how well you take your breakaway shots, and then we add in layers of additional gameplay, things like face-offs, and then also fighting, because it's hockey, and so a whole kind of experience built around that as well.
And will people be able to play through an entire hockey game, or is it more pieces of a hockey game?
the way the gameplay is structured is that there is a slice of a game of a hockey game. It's not really like an hour-long, event to play through it. We like to break it down into sort of manageable chunks. So you would go through and iterate, and each time you're going to be unlocking more and more, and the game difficulty will increase, and you'll actually have to, really bring your game.
Having explored that and exploring that with this game, do you see a future in which you would be able to play at some point a real simulation type game in VR?
I think so, but I think there are some things that are more suited to simulation in VR and some things that present more challenges for that. I think that just in the way that eSports has evolved, with creating a gameplay that people love and then they get into, and then other people like to watch them play, and other people like to see people that are good at it and learn from them and see how they're playing it. And I think that's going to be where the true growth can occur. There's going to be stuff coming out that's a whole new way of playing. That's a whole new set of gameplay that I never expected, and that's the opportunity.